Are there parrots that I wouldn't put together? Of course. I'm going to give you 3 examples, and I'm going to tell you some of the basics that I look to for a good idea as to whether or not birds can go together. Hey guys, I'm Kaylin, the author of several books. All right, so 3 examples of birds I would not put together. My parrotlets, I would not put with other birds. This mech monster, I'd be very careful about who I put her with. And my 3rd category is my Dalai Lama category, my absolute peace-loving category, which is my budgies and my cockatiels. That's not to say there aren't other birds. I'm just giving you 3 examples. So what is the deal with these 3 examples? This girl, generally speaking, she would probably be fine. My experience is she's not mean to other birds, but when you have another bird, like my Quaker here, you can imagine, look at the beak difference. I mean, basically, Rosie's beak is bigger than Blue's head. Rosie, of course, being a green-winged macaw, Blue, of course, being a Quaker parrot. If there was any trouble and these 2 were fighting, oh man, Blue would be in a lot of trouble, a world of trouble. So if I was putting them in the same common space and it was a big space, that would be fine. One of our indicators is their temperament. Another indicator is the space they are in. I would never put them in the same cage. Now, if it was an aviary, and it was a really big aviary, and I mean big, bigger than the room I'm in, and the room I'm in is, I don't know, it's more than 10 by 10 feet, but then it might be okay. But Blue would really need a lot of space to fly around, to fly away, and to be able to go and hide. What you doing? Why are you? What's going on? What's going on? Mwah, 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 mwah. What's going on with you? Mwah. That's an upside down. All right, so their temperament. Rosie's pretty even-keeled, and she's pretty easygoing. But I still wouldn't put her with my example of my Dalai Lamas, my peacekeepers, which are my budgies and cockatiels. Those are very easygoing birds. They're very sweet, and they're pretty defenseless. If Rosie needs to defend herself, she's got that big beak. Green-cheeked conures, they can be aggressive, and they can be pretty tough little guys. But my cockatiel and my budgie, you know, not so much. It's not that they wouldn't want to defend themselves. They just don't have a big monster beak, and they just don't have a big monster attitude. So I would be really careful with them. So we want to look at a parrot size. We want to look at their temperament, and we want to look at how much size we're giving them. In the world, it's fine to put them together. There's plenty of space. In a cage, certainly not. In a big room that's a common space, if there's lots of room to get away, then it depends. That might be okay. You need to get to know each individual parrot's personality. But my 3 examples, those budgies and cockatiels, I'm really careful about who I put them with. My parrotlets, they're kind of tough little guys. And even though they are the 2nd smallest in the Psittacine family, the smallest out of the parrots that live in captivity, they might hurt another parrot. I would be really careful about who I put them with. I'm comfortable putting them with other parrotlets when they've gotten to know that parrotlet, but I wouldn't put them with a macaw because a macaw is still got, you know, this beak's still way too big. But even another parrot their size. I know it can be done, but generally speaking, the parrotlets, hey, that wasn't nice. Generally speaking, the parrotlets, they're a little too tough and feisty and bossy. So in that case, I wouldn't put them with other species. And so there you have my 3 examples. Although Rosie, like I said, has never hurt anyone, I'm still careful. So the best thing to do is to really get to know the species, their temperament, and then the individual parrot or parrots before deciding whether or not they can be together in a common space. When it comes to the same species, there are some exceptions, some parrots that you can't put together, but that's usually not a problem. Generally speaking, the same species with another one of the same species is going to be okay, especially if they've gotten to know each other. Just throwing two parrots together, like two green-winged macaws, may be a match made in heaven or absolutely not. It depends. So you have to really make sure you have the time to observe and see that your parrots are getting along. See that they're not doing things like nibbling, like somebody is nibbling on me. All right, I hope that really gives you a great idea about who you can put together, even looking at your own flock without my having perhaps named your species, so that you can make sure to keep your parrots nice and safe, because that's the best way to increase your blissful bond and help my mission, which is reduce the need for rehoming or surrendering a parrot to rescue. If you have any questions or comments, please be sure to post them below. Please be sure to give this beacon eye one of these, and then we will catch you in the next feathered video. That's why I laugh. The Parrot Bliss Bond, my newest book / companion journal, is the Parrot Keeper's Companion and Journal. The beginning is filled with things to help you fill out and understand and learn about parrot care basics, things so that you do the best you can with your parrot, their room. Then later on, the journal gives you journal pages, plus a place for a weekly well-being check. I'm also the author of 30 Perfect Apartment Parrots, and that groups parrots into different groups so that you can go by size, well, maybe my perfect apartment parrot's a little bigger, maybe mine's a little louder, that kind of thing. So check those out under KB Raphael on Amazon. I also have coloring books. It's the holiday season. What great gifts for the parrot lover in your life or yourself.